girl, I'm a Pound Cake, and today's video is going to be about my top 5 most craziest dates. But before we get into it, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel at I'm a Pound Cake. Press the button. I'm not playing with you. Before you leave, you have to vote on which one you think was the craziest. So drop it down in the comment section. I want to see what y'all think. I got a little red velvet cake. From this mom and pop place in St. Pete. In Tampa. It's good too. Okay, so person number 1. This one was kind of weird. Like, this person, we used to hang out. I was like 21, 22, hang out in college. And one day we were at his house. He was like, oh my goodness, we should go to this concert together because we like the same music. And this concert was going to be at like a club / bar type of scenery. But you know how you are in college. I'm like, I gotta work, but I'm gonna go after work. You don't care if you gotta go to class tomorrow or nothing. You just gonna go. So I get to, like, he was there first because we didn't go together. Of course, I was gonna be late. So I get to the place and I arrive. And guess who is at the front? Talking to some girl. Him. Like, all into it. Like, it was almost like they had a history or something. It could be in my head, but it wasn't in my head. It was a lot. So, like, for a little minute, because I got there earlier than I said I was going to be there. I got off work early, but I didn't tell him. I just showed up. Because I was like, well, we already got this plan. It is what it is. I'm pulling up, whatever. Because I don't like to miss things. So I'm like, I gotta figure out a way I can get out of this. So I asked a coworker, could they stay an hour later? Shout out to the folks I used to work with, mop floors with, back in the day when I used to mop floors. So what happened was, I roll up in there, and like all over this girl. Well, wait. I call my cousins, and I call one of my cousins, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to slash his tires because this is real disrespectful. Like, how could he, knowing I'm on the way? Well, he didn't know I was on the way, but knew I was coming. He in here scouting before I get here. No. And no, he wasn't my man. And no, I had a lot of people in my phone number. It's the principle. If you're supposed to meet me at this venue, everybody off the limits at this venue, period. It don't matter, period. So what ends up happening is, Lord have mercy, I'm telling about my body trying to expose itself to y'all. Basically, I'm like on the phone with my cousin. I'm like, I'm about to slash his tire, girl. I'm about to put a Snicker in his tank. And my cousin on the phone to my D, no, you can't do that, D. So I get my stuff together. I go back in there. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm looking good. I got on my little jeans, my little dress with the slits on, my shirt with the slits on the side, my little necklace. And I always been a braless type of girl. So I was like kind of braless. I was looking good, I was a hot tamale. And so I go in there. I'm like, I ain't walking by him because at this point, I don't know how many women he was in here scouting before I got here. So at this point, I still ain't told him I'm there. Child, let me tell you something. I ended up finding somebody that I knew. I'm like, there ain't nobody but the Lord. I found somebody that I knew. I was like, girl, I'm here by myself. Da, da, da. She was like, you here by yourself? I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm here by myself. Lie. So I'm not telling the young man that I'm there yet. And it's a club venue, so it's people. But I had saw him before he ever could see me. So I get a drink, like at the bar with her. Eventually, I get a text from him. He's like, where you at? I'm like, oh, I'm at the bar. I tell him where I'm at because I got a whole plan. So I tell her like, hey, this guy gonna come over here, but let him know I'm with you. We came together. And that's it. Because you can't be telling people the whole story. People don't know how to behave. Like, just you got one detail you need to tell them. Because also, like, she wasn't a friend. I just knew her from school. So I didn't want her all up in my business. Next thing you know, the whole Florida State know my business. No way. So, anyway, he come over, he was like, well, why you didn't tell me you was here? Like, I was over there, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to say so bad, like, over there with that girl, or just over there by yourself? Just you? You weren't by yourself. Child, please. 20 minutes ago, I seen you hugged up with some tramp. All right, I just wanted to say that piece from Friday. And so, anyway, so the girl I was with, she was, because it was an inside outside venue. So she was like, you want to go outside? I'm like, yes, this is the girl you need in your life. I'm like, yeah, I'm going outside. So I literally leave him. I'm like, I'm out or whatever. I leave. And so I get this text from him. He's like, well, what's going on? Like, I thought we were supposed to be here together. And I'm like, I'm hanging out with somebody. And so, anyway, basically, that ended up not being a date. And that's why that's crazy. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, if you in here talking to other women, no way. No way I'm going to be around here standing next to you looking like a fool. I'm going to look like a dummy. I say, you young men can't even wait an hour for me to show up before you all the way in somebody's face. I mean, I got there around 11 o'clock, and the concert probably started around like 9:30, but it doesn't matter. So the whole concert, I'm standing next to the girl, we singing, we rapping together. It is what it is. Like, I'm standing with her. I ain't with him. And he, you know what made me so mad is he was standing at the front of the stage. I'm like, he should have had a terrible spot. But it's okay. It's okay. So that's person number one. Person number one. And he is garbage. That's person number one. Person number two. Okay. So this was crazy. I met this guy after the club. And I was at an Afrobeats party. So I'm like, cool. I walk outside. He was like, hey, we chatting. He was like, hey, can I get your number? I'm like, okay, you know. He was just like, I want to take you to dinner tomorrow. To dinner? Oh, yeah, I'm down for the cause. I was like 23. I'm like, yes, child, take me to dinner, honey. Free dinner. I was working in child welfare at the time, too. It ain't nothing. I could use a meal. So, we're like chatting it up. And like, it was really, I thought it was going to be like super cool because the next day, like, he was like, hey, you still want to go to dinner? I'm like, yeah. But we ended up not going to dinner because he was texting me in that morning. We ended up going that afternoon to a soul food spot because he was from Ghana and he had never been to, like, never had soul food. He didn't even know African Americans had their own food. So I was like, yeah, we got our own food. So anyways, he was just like, well, you want me to pick you up? I'm like, boy. We met at the club now. You ain't coming up to my spot. So what ends up happening is I drive to his spot for him to drive us to the spot. So I was cool with that. And, okay, so first of all, don't never trust no man in the military with a Camaro. Flips weave. Never trust a man driving a Camaro in the military. Something always wrong with them. They got little issues. So we get to the soul food spot. It's a line because you know how it is after church. You know, and listen, let me give y'all context because I'll never forget this day. It was the same day that Beyonce Lemonade dropped. So I think I was 23 years old at the time. It was the same day Lemonade dropped. Or 24, somewhere around that age. So we get to the restaurant, we in the line, and like it's a line, it's like a wall, it's like a maze to get to the front to order your food. It's like a line, honey. So I'm in line with him. And we're like talking out of nowhere. He on the wall. He was like, I need water. Water? What you need? He was like, I need water. I'm like, okay, I'll get you some water. Child, I like take a step to go get him some water. While he passes out in the restaurant, girl, he passed out legit on the ground. Oh my God, Jesus. That was so scary. Okay, so he on the ground and the people was like, what's his name? What's his name? I'm like, Lord, I don't even know this boy name. I forgot. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I don't even know his name. I was like, this is so crazy. So the people called 911. They got the emergency services there. They eventually get him to get up. So they go sit us at the table. So I'm making jokes about it. He's like, I'm so sorry. Because then he wakes up. Oh. So when he wakes up off the ground. Like, what happened? I'm like, you fainted. Like, bro, you see you on the ground. Like, talking about what happened. You fell. What you mean? You fell. So, anyways, we at the table. They call 911. The ambulance comes. The EMT like talking to him, whatever, trying to get him to go to the hospital. They like, how old are you? In the military. Like, you too young to be fainting or whatever. So apparently he was dehydrated. So the EMT was trying to get me to convince him. I'm like, I don't even know this guy. We ain't even been together, like, not together, but we ain't even hung out 24 hours. Like, legit, like, I don't know him. I met him at the club. I went home. I drove to his house the next day. That is the end of the story. I don't know this young man. So, girl, I got to take a piece of this cake because it's getting juicy. So, they like convince him to go to the hospital. So, I grabbed his hand. Help me, Jesus. So, I grabbed his hand. And like, I'm caressing his hand like, you need to go to the you need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the hospital. And he was like, no, I just need to go home. I need to go home. So, child, he signed this little thing. He refused to go. So we go. He like drive me home. So, child, I drive him home. By the way, I'm making all type of soul food jokes like, oh, that's what soul food does. Ha ha ha. It makes you pass out. Just the smell of it gives you the itis. Like, I was making jokes that he really culturally didn't understand. But I was trying to be like, whoa, what did I get myself into? So we end up like, he was like, well, I still want to make sure you eat. Like, so I was like, yeah, I just grabbed something. First of all, then the car needed gas. And then, like, it was weird because I was, like, driving someone's car that I didn't know. I ain't pay for the gas, but I'm just saying, like, all of these stops in somebody's car I don't know. It was getting so weird for me. So, okay, we go back to his spot, and I'm like, okay, do I stay or do I leave? Because I had never been in the house. Like, we literally met in the parking lot of his, like, house, like, and I just got in the car when it was time to go to the restaurant. So I like help him get into his house, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go. It was like, you're not gonna stay and make sure I'm okay? No, boy, I gotta go. I'm like, listen, I gotta go, I gotta leave, so please don't make it hard for me. Now, I can't sing, y'all. Don't come for me. But I do know the song. Listen, don't make it hard for me. I gotta go. I am floored at this point. I'm like, Lord, this boy done fell out at the soul food restaurant. And that was my spot because they had some good macaroni and cheese. And I always used to take, I shouldn't say that on camera. Never mind. That's the problem when you like tell your own story on camera, child. You gotta be careful what you say, child. You gotta, cause people be putting timestamps on things. Timestamps. So anyway, basically, that is contestant number 2. Contestant number 2. What y'all think about person number 2? Was that out of here date or nah? Out of here date or nah? And listen, let me know if that's your best one. All right, contestant number 3. Contestant number 3. This person I was like dating for a year. Was not in a committed relationship, but like dating for a year. And they used to always take me out to eat to restaurants. And I was like getting really tired of like 2-3 times a week. Like, I'm like, child, how many restaurants is it in this city? Well, it was a new restaurant opening. I don't know. I'm starting to think, did he have a little fat fetish that he wanted a fat girl to always go out to eat? I don't know. Because I used to say, can we not go out to eat? But it wasn't my money, so I ain't going to be too pushy, you know what I'm saying? And I used to be stressed. I used to work for child welfare. So for me, it was like, child, help me out because I'm stressed. Today has been a day. And I used to go out eating alone, but I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. So this person, like was really getting on my nerves. Let me give you context to their home. So like their home is like gated. So like usually when I like my car had to be recognized to like get in their house, like to get in their house. So like, by the gate. So like and so like my car used to be locked in there when we would go on dates. I now that I look back on it, I'm like, child, we live 30 minutes away from each other, but I wish there was a way that like he could just be picking me up from my house, cause that was a little crazy. But we never did things near my house. So anyways, child, he was getting on my nerves that day and getting on my nerves. And I don't know about y'all, but I find with people with like extra resources, oftentimes can be like jerks. And I'm not impressed, boo, because I already know who I'm going to be in life one day. So you ain't about to be ruling me, child. If you want to rule somebody, you better get you a puppy. You better get you a cat, because you ain't going to rule me. You ain't going to rule me. I'm like my mama. My mama say you don't run me. And I say you don't run me either. So anyway, so we go to this restaurant. He being aggravating, like just being too much. Just being way too much. I'm like, I'm over this. I am so over this. So I was over it. So when we were at the restaurant, they was like, what's the name on it? I was like, asshole, and I pointed at him. And he was like, oh my God, like, how could you? Yes, boo. I could be rude and nasty. Well, that was a couple years ago, but I could be rude and nasty, but I'm like, really have, like gotten better. But I'm like, when people really take me there, they can really take me there. And so, and it's not people, but like, I can get really upset. And so, like, I want to take ownership of that. And so, like, it was rude, but whatever. Like, you was aggravating me. I shouldn't have said it, but it is what it is. I said what I said. Anyway, so it's time to go sit at the table, like, a couple minutes later, because, of course, it was a little wait. So, let me take a piece of my cake. This cake so good, y'all. So, we go sit at the table. Dead silence. Dead silence. When we sitting at the bench, he was like, how could you do that? Da, 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 da. I'm like, he was aggravating me. I'm sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, also, during that time, it's like, whatever I said, I mean, I said it. What else you want me to say? Like, you want me to say I'm sorry? No, I meant what I said. And I did mean it. Like, if I go back into being that person right there, like, back then, I'm like, I said that, I meant that. I'm not saying sorry because I meant it. So, even though that's like not, even though I meant something, it's like not, I still should apologize when I hurt people's feelings. So I know that now. So we sit at the table. It's dead silence. Like he take a sip of his drink. I take a sip of my drink. It's silence. He eat. I eat. Whatever. Like it's silence. We order our food. We only talking to the waitress. It was like the worst hour. And it was like we couldn't leave. Like I finished. I was like, you ready to go? And he kept sipping. He kept sipping, so he was really trying to make me suffer. And I don't like silence, so like that's a way to really make me suffer. And I'm like, I don't like him because he made me sit in silence. And I'm like, that is like some passive aggressive toddler stuff. I ain't saying I was right, but I'm just saying like that's some toddler behavior. So anyway, I feel like contestant number 3 was the weirdest and the pettiest, and I feel like I know I probably was in the wrong, but I feel like that was like super childish up here. And what y'all think about contestant number 3? Because I feel like that date was weird and out of control, and he should have never been getting on my nerves from the get-go. That's how I see it. He should have never been getting on my nerves. So, person number 4. Person number 4, oh my goodness. Ugh. This person, like, child, this wasn't even supposed to be a date. This was supposed to be like, they were interested in my work. And I feel like in the future, if y'all want to take me out on a date, you need to tell me that it's going to be a date. Don't be around here trying to finesse me into no date. It's inappropriate. You need to say, hey, I want to take you out on a date. So anyway, like I get to the restaurant. Excuse me. I get to the restaurant and we're like, first of all, I'm the only black person in a restaurant. So there's a lot of like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. People walking by, you're so beautiful. And he kept saying, she's a model. She's a model. I'm like, child, I done took 3 pictures. You to my alma model. Hush. I mean, I do look good on camera. But I done took 3 pictures and in person, but I'm like, I done took 3 pictures. Chill out. So basically, that was kind of weird. Well, at one point, we got in a conversation of Christopher Columbus, child. Christopher Columbus, girl, he over here trying to tell me that the Portuguese wasn't that bad to like, because Christopher Columbus was Portuguese and they weren't that bad of like colonizers, like how Portuguese colonialism is actually like the best form of colonialism, like they actually care for people, they ended slavery before anybody else. Excuse me, let me ask my my African diaspora family how they really feel about colonialism. And I'm thinking like, you're on a date that I ain't signed up for with a black woman. Even if not, this is supposed to be about business. Because this is when I realized it wasn't about business. He started telling me about his family, his ex-girlfriend. I tried to show him my work. He was like, yeah, you're beautiful. Like, and then he went on to talking about like asking me personal questions and like telling me about his life. And I'm like, what this got to do with a check? So this is another thing. Like the restaurant was like some place that I can afford, but I shouldn't swipe my card at. That's like, that means like I won't get a decline, but I really shouldn't spend this money. So I was like, yeah. Also, I don't really know. And he didn't eat. Like, I don't really like going on dates with that. That's like a little fetish thing. I keep calling it a date. It's not a date. I didn't sign up for that. So anyway, I don't really like when like going out with guys, or because it seems like, oh, are you just trying to feed me? Like, why you don't want to eat? I don't really know what that's about. So anyway, we end up what ended up happening, because I gotta tell y'all this whole thing completely. Oh, he touches my hair. He was like, is that real? Listen, I had it in a bun. It don't matter if it's real or not. Don't touch my hair, especially after talking about Christopher Columbus as this like great person, or colonialism as great. Those type of seeds we not with, okay? Only Christopher Wallace. So anyway, that was like a weird thing. Then like eventually like we leave, he get a tab. Oh y'all, at one point his card didn't work. Now let me tell you, it was just because like he had a temporary card with his name, like his name wasn't on it, but he had like he had another card. It wasn't. Oh, let me tell you what also happened. And like while we were like while I was having dinner and he was drinking, he was like, I am friends with the president of like Herbalife. I'm like, and you're telling me this for why? You know, like it didn't make sense. Like I don't need to know. It didn't fit the conversation. It didn't fit the conversation at all. So I'm like, okay, and your point, your point is. So then I need to get to my cake because it's getting juicy. Okay, so that was weird. So when it was time to leave, he walked me to my car. I'm not really a big fan of people walking me to my car. But he walked me to my car, and he was like standing there. I was like, oh, let me give you a hug. Also, it was so weird, but like, I'm like, whatever, let me just give him a hug. Also, I'm like really like touchy with people. Like huggy, not touchy. I'm not touchy, huggy. And so basically, I give him a hug, and he was just like, can I have another one? I've never had a big hug before. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I never been hugged by a big person before. Why do people think stuff like that is okay to say? Like, to me, it's like, oh, I've never been hugged by a black person, or I've never been hugged by like a person with long hair. It's stupid. Don't say it. So that's person number 4. Tell me what y'all think about person number 4, because I'm interested in y'all opinion, for real. All right. And person number 5, contestant number 5. All right, contestant number 5 was pretty interesting. I just feel like okay, this was our first date, and I had been telling him like I grew up dancing and being in choir, and I like told him about my childhood and like how I love the arts and I'm so into the arts. I don't know if he took that in as like, oh my gosh, she's so good at performing. I gotta take her to this place. So he took me to this karaoke spot. This might as well have been the American Idol. The way that people were singing karaoke, it was almost like they were auditioning for a role in a musical. It was like they could sing. I was like, so is this the Mississippi Mass Choir? Like, what is this? So, anyway, people could sing. But I was like, you know what? I'm about to have fun. I'm about to go sing. Shoot. And I don't need no drinks. I literally will get on that stage and I'll sing. Whether I can sing or not, I'm going to get up there and sing. So I signed up. He was like, I can't wait. He excited. But he also kind of like dry and stiff. His excitement is also a little bland. Kind of like potato salad with raisins in it. It's bland. So basically, so I get up and I sing, and people are like, my karaoke song is As We Lay, oh. Okay, we didn't think about tomorrow as we lay. And like, I'm walking around like I can sing, and people are looking like, girl, you cannot sing. Listen, you should have told me we were showing up to America's Got Talent. I'm up here being my most like myself. This is what I do. I live for this. So people not really into it. It's a few people singing with me, but they like, girl, she can't sing. And like I can always count on my ghetto family. I don't know who they was, but they was like, sing, girl. I was like, amp me up. So I started talking in the little breakdown part, like, some of y'all here with somebody else's husband right now, but let's come on. As we lay. I said something similar like that and brought myself back into the song. And people was giggling, they was getting into it. And then like as the song was over, I go back and sit down, and I could see in his face that he was just like embarrassed. I'm like, you okay? He was just like, he didn't say anything. He was just looking crazy. Like he wasn't silent, but like I don't remember exactly what he said, but he didn't really say like, I'm upset with what you did. He just was looking crazy. Okay. And then like by the time the next performer was coming on, so we didn't really have that much time to have a dialogue. Oh, because when I got done singing, I went around talking. I didn't talk, but like people was like, all right now, girl, I'm all right now. I think it was really embarrassed. Like, okay, you shouldn't take. I mean, he probably didn't really know I had this big of a personality, but like, this is who I really am in real life. Like, I will get on stage, I would shake it down, I would sing, like I would do anything, even if I can't do it. I'm just like, I'm having fun, I'm entertaining, and like that's also like that's how I am when I'm by myself. Like I'm by myself right now, and I'm like all the way live, not as live as I could be, but I'm pretty live right now. So anyway, all I want to say is contestant number 5 never spoke to me ever again. It was a done deal, period. Like after that was over, he paid for my dinner, and I ain't never talked to him again. That's contestant number 5. I feel like, child, you don't need to take nobody else on a date if that offended you. Whew, boring behind self. So I try not to make that video lengthy, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all team? Don't support nobody, actually. Don't be team nobody. What y'all need to tell me is who was the weirdest person that I went on a date with. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, or number 5. Now, if y'all say I'm wrong on anything, blame it on my head and not my heart. Just know that I've grown a little bit. A lot of these things I'm telling y'all happened I was 23, 24. I'm 26 years old now, and I've been in therapy. I've grown. I've grown. All right, y'all. But anyway, I gotta go. I gotta finish my cake. This cake real good. Holla at me later. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Love y'all. See you later.